Yes. Live in the house. Let me see some.
Get mic'd up. Get on the old horn, mate.
Okay, straight up. No delay. No. Sharpness, bruv.
Come on, crispy. Bless you. They got you.
Snatch it back. Yes. We're in the building.
Proper.
Monday again. What's happening? How's everyone doing?
Hello there.
How you doing? How you doing?
They
dirty people, man.
They dirty.
Dirty.
You know what happened? They be snitching on your ass like
Crazy.
Snitching on you. It's like mad.
Come on. Okay, well, yeah, we're even 5 minutes in.
Yeah. Okay, we got someone in there. What we doing?
Yeah, let's get the proceedings this evening.
Let's not stand on ceremony, in the words of Benn. Batman the Dark Knight. Know about them bars there. Yeah. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot for Eddie Hern and the Matchroom team.
Trust me.
This week, there was some breaking news over the weekend regarding Mr. Conor Benn, who's well known as one of Eddie Hearn's prized assets on the Matchroom brand. And he's jumped ship to one of Eddie's rivals, main rivals, someone who Eddie's at war with right now. Not someone who Eddie has previously had problems with, like Frank Warren, and they've patched it up. No, we're talking about a guy that Eddie Hern is locking horns with right now in this moment. There have been a couple of back and forths between Eddie and Dana White. Dana White, for those who don't know, is the CEO owner of the UFC brand. So that will give you some context. So Dana White has moved into the boxing space under the stewardship of Turki Al-Sheikh, the man who everybody a year, 2 years, 3 years ago said saved boxing. So there's a lot of different moving parts here.
Yeah. I didn't know. It's Dana White, and what's the other company called?
So this Dana White's, the company Dana White is operating under right now, Zuffa Boxing.
Zuffa, yeah.
Zuffa Boxing. And Turkey has his hand in Zuffa Boxing. Zuffa Boxing, I believe, will have a network, TV network deal with Paramount.
Right.
Now here's where it gets political.
Oh.
Turkey, with Zuffa, has his hand in Paramount. Turkey also has a stake in the zone where Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, are all there. So just get that bit out of the way. It's techie, isn't it?
This is corporate savagery. Should I say that?
I like that.
Yeah.
Corporate
you're on
savagery.
top of it. You go on top.
And you cause the division beneath. Create competition.
Wow.
Like when you was a youth, you was playing around with your toys and scatter them around. And, let's see, I don't know, for the oldies, Pamphro from Thundercats is gonna mash up He-Man. You know what I mean? So Turkey's a man
operating from the top.
Man. So that's what's going on. But bring it back down a level. I'll just put that in there for context in case we need to touch on that later again in the discussion. The main point here is that Conor Benn, Eddie Hearn's prized asset, I would say number 2 in the Matchroom stable behind Anthony Joshua. But we know Anthony Joshua is out of the game at the moment. He may not come back. Even if he does come back, he's at the end of his career. So Conor Benn's in line to be
number one.
Number one.
Yeah, in terms of their roster.
In terms of their roster.
What about Whittaker?
Whittaker's still got work to do.
On the come up,
Whittaker has the potential to be a star. I'd say Whittaker's number 3. I reckon if they were doing their plans, they'd have an AJ exit strategy, a Conor Benn strategy to move into position 1, and Ben Whittaker to be maneuvered so that he can be built like they built Conor Benn. Remember, they've had Conor Benn for 10 years.
Right, okay.
So Eddie Hern has managed Conor Benn for 10. They've developed him from a kid. So this is what makes this situation so yeah. So it's big news.
Yeah. It's big news.
Shaking up boxing.
Yeah. I know. And even the back end. I just stumbled across it. And I was like, because I heard, the first one I heard was Eddie's response.
Yep.
You know, he said, I heard it from the lawyers before it came out. And you can see in his face, he was hurt. Because as much as people can say, he's a businessman. And I think Eddie's got some sort of, he has some sort of bond with people, you know, especially people that's in his roster. It's not just business, you know, because you can see the relationship he has with Anthony Joshua. I think you can see it goes beyond. People can say, no, he's pretending. You can know when a man's a friend, you know, genuinely feels for someone. So that's when I first came across it. Then obviously I saw Mr. Chris Eubank in the comments trolling.
Eubank's hilarious.
But back to, you know, Conor Benn. What would you say? What was his reason behind leaving Eddie and, you know, going over to Dana White and Zuffa?
I think Conor Benn has become a pawn in this war between 2 generals. Conor Benn, this didn't just happen yesterday. So Conor Benn would have been in negotiations. Now, what makes this absolutely crazy is that Conor Benn was moving with Eddie Hern. Tight.
No paperwork.
There was paperwork. Eddie said...
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to throw you
Eddie
off.
Said he would have, because he thought the relationship was different with Conor, he would have pushed Conor to sign a contract earlier.
Right.
They could have did that, but he left it open. Because when Eddie friends up people, he wears his heart on his sleeve. This is a known fact. This doesn't make Eddie Hearn's a promoter. Let's have it right. Yeah. Eddie Hearn is a promoter, which means that he himself will engage in you know, taking opportunities that might not benefit somebody else. So we can't act like Eddie Hearn has gone out super sad, or that he's a whole victim out here, because it's true, business is business. But what we want to talk about and deconstruct is, you know, do we feel the way Conor Benn, or do we think the way that Conor Benn has gone about this is the correct way, and was it the right move?
But more so, I just want, because like I asked you about, like what do you think Conor's thought process was, you know, for him to leave Eddie?
I think Conor Benn has made it quite clear that he was securing his family.
Okay,
so it's money. Money is the motivation.
So, but sometimes what they say, like, you know, sometimes in terms of media, you know, you're going to say certain things. So I wanted to know not what he says. What's your opinion on why you think?
I believe Conor did it for the money. I believe Conor has certain people in his ear. If you look at who his manager is, what's his name again? His name escapes me, but he also manages Richardson Hitchens.
Okay.
Yeah, and there was a recent issue with Richardson Hitchens and Matchroom, because he was signed to Matchroom, and then when it came to renewal, I think it's Connolly, if I'm not wrong. So there's an issue with this manager.
Oh, Keith Connolly.
Keith Connolly, there you go.
Yeah.
So there's an issue with Keith Connolly and Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. When I say issue, I mean business. Keith Connolly, in a way that a manager should, is looking after the best interests of his client, i.e. he's looking to get the money for his client. Why? Because he benefits financially as well. But whatever skills that he has in management, he's obviously got to he's obviously got a silver tongue because he's speaking to these people and maneuvering them away from Matchroom. Yeah, he wasn't there for Conor Benn's journey, the beginning of Conor Benn's journey. He's new to the Conor Benn thing, and this is maybe why, because he operates in America as well. This is probably what's happened. Conor Benn's been getting a lot of American exposure.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I think Dana has been whispering in Conor's ear for a while, which is why Dana White has been, you know, actively going at Eddie Hern. Yeah, and they've been having this back and forth. But Eddie Hern would have never in a million years imagined that the person to pull the blade out on him would be Conor Benn. He felt, this guy's solid, I'm solid with this guy, I've stuck by this guy. There's no way it's going to be this guy. It could be anyone else. So well, this is why it's so shocking.
Yeah, well, you said it though. He's a pawn in the game that's being played, and it's to a certain extent, no disrespect to Conor. It's a masterful move by if you're talking
financially,
masterful move by Dana White.
Man, sorry. Let me catch you on that. Dana White has effectively driven the knife into the heart of Matchroom. If you're talking about chess and, you know, gaining advantage, there's nothing more he could have done in that moment to have taken the advantage away from Eddie Hern. He's taken his prized asset
from king to king. That's a, you know what I mean, move. That's a thingy move, man. So yeah, and then you know what, at the end of the day, Keith Connolly, he's doing the right thing at the end of the day, because fighters, like, you see everything going on with like what Terence Crawford was saying, and about, you know, the fighters, you know, how long you got in this game? You got to gather all your millions you can. You know, where there's loyalty, you know.
I think the saying is, if you want loyalty, buy a dog. I believe that's how the saying goes.
Okay.
And boxing is just business at the end of the day, and this is what's being touted around. But I'm not sure it's enough in this case to say it's just business, because these two clearly have a relationship beyond that. Eddie Hern put his business, he put his own name on the line when it came to Conor Benn.
Right. Yeah.
Now, let's not confuse Eddie Hern doing that with someone who has pure or altruistic reasons, because there are a bunch of fighters that Eddie Hern has put to the sideline. Example, Eddie Hern had what's that geezer's name again? Michael Hunter, years ago in the heavyweight division when Matchroom's heavyweight roster was bumping. Michael Hunter fought Povetkin, they drew. We didn't see Michael Hunter again. So fighters are dispensable. If they don't get the result that you're looking for, the likes of Eddie Hern or any promoter, Eddie Hern for me is the best promoter in terms of what he delivers, in terms of how he appears to care about most of his fighters. Yeah. Sometimes business is business, and you know, there's only so much you can do. Right. But when he shows care, it permeates through the screen. But I'm saying that let's not remove him from, like, listen, Eddie Hearn's been this angel. He can, fighters get discarded left, right, and center. I'm sure Conor Benn has seen that.
And I think this is what I was going to say about, and then you talk about the history of him taking Whittaker from Whittaker's
Ben Whittaker from Ben Shalom.
Ben Shalom, and there was they was mocking Ben Shalom. So it's kind of like a karma thing, you know what I mean? So sometimes when you do things, and then people look back and see your character, and think, you know what, I might be next. You know what I mean? I might be next, because so I think in terms of like self-preservation and for protection of themselves, you never know, you know. And it's like I think Ben's just chasing the bag.
I agree with you on one point, but when you have a man who puts his name on the line, it's a tough one with this. And I'm not here saying that Conor Benn has made the wrong decision, because he's a fighter, right? And he has maybe 15 years of a career. Eddie Hearn will find 3 or 4 more Conor Benns before he hangs up his boots.
It's
maybe
his
not.
career at the end of the day.
You get in Conor Benn is what, 29? Let's just say he retires by 35. Matchroom was still madness. Imagine that. See how real it is around here. Live TV. We can't change it. Lights just went out like mad. They didn't want us to say what we really wanted to say.
Yeah, no, trust me.
You
Big
get
up
me?
Holly Dillian. Yeah, he said Paramount, bro. She said, is it Holly? Yeah, old
That's
tight.
Holly Dilly.
Ravo 6.
Chris Molyneux.
Chris Molyneux. Yeah.
The lights gave us a chance to do the shout outs. We just jumped straight in, bro.
Yeah. No, they sorry, you lost the flow of things, but
Yeah. So we're talking about character. Yes, so Eddie Hern has shown certain character traits, but I think it's clear to see when a man puts himself on the line for you, he at least deserves a phone call. And you know, the news is that Conor Benn got his lawyer to email Eddie Hern a few days before the news broke.
Yeah.
Eddie Hern text Conor Benn and said, "Can we have a call?" And Conor Benn said, "No." So I'm laughing at Eddie, but that's mad. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. But you've got a relationship with this guy. I know, it's like, oh, you get a deal over there, and I'm like, oh, call me, and you're like, no, not. You know what? This is what's happened. I need to make this decision for whatever. Like, you don't even give man that respect.
That's different, though. We're different. I think their relationship might have been a pretend from the beginning.
For 10 years, bro.
I know, but
before Conor Benn had anything.
Dad, and but like I said, these people, man, it's painful. But like you said, a move like that wasn't made overnight.
Yeah,
it might have been 2 years, 3 years in the making. You know what I mean? Because he's been going, like, even after the first fight.
Yeah,
the first Chris fight, he was out in America immediately.
Yeah,
walking around doing what he's doing. So they only decided to say something at that point. But yeah, you're right. Back to principles.
Yeah,
man. Even if as a man you want to be, like, no, let me do it. You know, the one's there. Let me do it. Yeah, but yeah.
Eddie said he was willing to come close to matching Conor Benn. Now we don't know if that's true. Eddie Hearn's now he's got the violins out and he's gonna obviously pull on heartstrings. And I'm not saying that he's not hurt. He actually looks genuinely hurt. You can see that this one hurt. You know, so my concern is for the other fighters on Matchroom now, because Eddie's never gonna trust another fighter again. I think once Anthony Joshua goes, it's fair game. He's not going to. The other fighters are going to get treated like cattle. They won't.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's all just needs to do it's the end of the day. You know, it's all business. So sorry, you got the paperwork in place. We can all be fun. We can all be good in it and be happy. But can't do that with no paperwork.
No, I agree. Paperwork has to be
you know
there.
What I mean?
But there are certain touches that certain people like. One of the things that made Eddie Hearn popular was his visibility. Remember, Eddie Hearn is as much a star as most of the fighters he has on his roster, if not bigger. None of the other promoters have that kind of leverage. Eddie Hearn did the Twitter fingers early on. He understood the power of social media. He was accessible. He's happy to have a fool made out of him on camera. You know, whereas the others like Frank Warren, you say the wrong thing, you might just be met with, you know, a legal case. Let's put it that way. So Eddie Hearn functioned a certain way. So I think fighters actually look for Eddie Hearn. They look for Matchroom. So this is good for the flow of boxing. Fighters knowing that there's somewhere to go to. If you put in the hard work, you train, you do your hard yards, there's a promoter there that you think, you know what, I can fit with this promoter, rather than them coming to find you.
Yeah, no, 100%.
In terms of protecting the sport of boxing. It's good the way that he is, and it's good that you have different characters in Frank, in Benn, in that, and different networks. So
when you're talking about brands and stuff like that, you know, in terms of like what Eddie has done, he's done well. You know, that Matchroom brand, and like you said, he stood to the front and became a face. You know, that some people might hate him, but you know, he's managed to be in the presence of and I think that's added value to him. You know, but with Benn, for me, if you ask me, like the driving force behind it, I think money, like is one factor, but also he wants to go for title fights, and he feels like he has a better chance with over there.
I'm pushing back on that. Zuffa boxing has no title credibility. It's a new business.
But then with America, because he was saying a lot of the belts are over there, right?
Yeah.
So,
but the problem with that is Zuffa are in direct passer beef problems with the titles.
Yeah.
It's Eddie and Frank giving the titles the good alley-oop right now. Which I don't agree with either, because they've been F3 as well. The belts have not done right by the fighters, taking big sanction fees off fighters.
Yeah, that's a big
and
thing.
All that stuff.
And then everyone's leaning towards Turkey al-Sheikh, right?
Right.
Because I hear you.
Now the context from the beginning steps in.
It's for money, man. Conor, you're doing it for money.
Conor, man.
It's never been about the title, man. You want to buy more Rolls Royce, man? Oh, fair play to you, bro. Fair play to you, man.
It's about the money.
Yeah, man.
How would you manage that situation though? Like, in terms of your Conor Benn's manager, Conor Benn has been protected by the stable that he's in now, got a kind of free moving relationship with a massive major promoter who's basically given Conor the platform to showcase his talents through all the different hair colors he's had and hairstyles. Yeah. Taking him to America after he beat Eubank. Eddie Hern and Conor Benn were sitting like this for almost every fight after that Eubank fight in America. These times, Dana's probably sitting behind the phone. You know what I mean? Behind the television screen. I can't wait till you sign. Yeah. Madness. That's a different level of plotting. Yeah. Their conversation would have been in play during them times when they're sitting together.
This is what I'm saying.
And Conor Benn's cool. Acting cool.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So how would you have managed that situation, given your experience?
As a manager?
Yeah.
What Conor's manager?
If he was Conor's manager, how would you have navigated this situation?
What? I don't like. From what point?
We're talking about from the offer being made.
The offer. Listen, at the end of the day, with all the, I can only respond from the information I have, right? Because something tells me there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, right? But based on it, I think the move, they've done the right move up to the point of just can't say anything more than just how they dealt with the finishing, in terms of departing from Eddie. They obviously think it's a good situation and opportunity for them, and only time will tell. So I would have I would have probably said, you know what, that's a thing for Ben to just let, to say part ways, man. Probably went out to dinner, you know what I mean? I said, yeah, man, it's been good. I don't believe in, especially, you know what? I'm a man of principle, first and foremost. So I would have made sure that everything was in place and made an ethical move. Being, I'm not leaving man in the dark. It gave you some sort of notice. This is what's happening. You get what I mean? But by the time it's unpreventable. You get, but yeah. So just the last move was a bit dirty and dirty.
Let's get Conor Benn's statement, because sometimes.
Got 3 minutes, my guy. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's get Conor Benn's statement. Conor Benn goes, all right. Conor Benn.
I was gonna ask you, like.
Yeah, this will add a bit of context, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's get a bit of context on this. Right. Give me one sec. I'm just gonna pull up Conor's. While we're waiting, play gangster rap. Interesting, Jasmine. Why would you want to hear that?
What kind of rap you want to hear? What kind of who's your favorite rapper? Tell me.
All right. Try not to keep you waiting, people. I just want to yikes. Signed. Zuffa. Damn. When I told you, it looked like it weren't real. It looked like AI. Conor Benn's statement.
Eddie Hern loaned to Conor Benn 5,000 Chris Eubank.
Because some of the stuff in here. Ben Zuffa.
Yeah. Can't remember the failed drug test and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a bit mad what Conor did still. Let's
Said
be
he
real.
loaned him 300, 500k.
Oh, I should have loaded this still. All right, so Conor Benn says, first and foremost, I want to thank Eddie and the entire team at Matchroom for everything they've done for me over the past decade, from guiding me when I first turned pro to headlining stadium shows. They were not only with me for these highlight moments, but stood shoulder to shoulder with me during the tough times. It's been a journey beyond anything we could have imagined, and for their belief, support, and guidance, I will always be truly grateful. But Zoo for Boxing presented me with an opportunity I simply couldn't refuse. I'd love Eddie to continue to be part of my team and for our partnership to evolve in this new chapter. I'm filled with excitement and hunger for what's ahead with Zoo for Boxing. I want the legacy fights, the biggest nights, the biggest stages. I fear no man at any weight, and I'm ready to give the fans the fights they've been calling for. I'm in my prime, and together we have bold, ambitious plans. Now, there's a question you asked a minute ago, and what has he gone for? That last paragraph tells me that there's a possibility. The thing is, you don't know what to believe of Conor Benn anymore, right? So, but that last paragraph tells me, from if I'm just reading it for what it is, it's kind of oh, we're almost time up. We'll wrap up. Yeah. It tells me that Conor might not have felt that he could have got the fights with Eddie, either through being blocked or whatever.
Yeah, that's what
that last statement says. So that's the one that I haven't heard anyone really touch on. But there's some when you say, I want the legacy fights, the biggest nights, biggest stages. Maybe he wasn't 100% confident that Eddie could deliver that. Now there's a bit in here that absolutely creased me up here. That just like, what did he say? He said, I hope Eddie could be part of my team and for our partnership to evolve in this new chapter. What are you talking about, Conor?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's a bit of a.
How is that going to work?
A conflicting thing, man. But yeah,
brother, that's cockery, bro. That's cockery, and you know what I mean. And and then you're asking man to watch on the sideline. It can't work. But yeah, it's been one of them lives. And just to wrap, I think Conor doesn't care. Let's have it right. Because if Conor cared, this kind of a move, it takes cojones to make this kind of a move, because you know what kind of backlash you're going to get. You can see Eddie Hern is finally a hero in his storyline. You know, normally they boo him, they say stuff about him.
For now.
Well, you know,
for now.
Boxing fans are fickle. You know, people are fickle. So, but Conor Benn's on a vibe of, I don't care what, you know, whoever's doing. I'm doing what I'm doing for my family. That's his storyline. And he doesn't, Eddie said it as well, and it doesn't look like he feels like he's done anything wrong, which means something might not be quite right up there in terms of morality and all the rest of it. So, yeah, it's a tough one. But yeah, I would say for Conor, brother,
chime in, man.
Conor,
you
need to clean it up a piece, man. You need to clean it up a piece. But then again, if he keeps winning, you know, that's the Mayweather effect. If he keeps banging up all the top guys, no one's gonna care. He's just gonna keep making money, more money, more money. So, but now we'll see how it unfolds. There's a lot more we can say on it. We might have to save it for another time, but I'm sure this chapter is going to keep it unfolding. So yeah, just guys, we just want to know what your view is on the Conor Benn, Eddie Hern Matchroom situation, the Zoo for Boxing, this triangle, this little love triangle they've created. Let us know what you think. And thank you for joining us, for those who kicked in.
Subscribe, yeah? Make sure you subscribe, like and share, man. What's happening each and every Monday, 6 p.m, between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Spread the news. Yeah, be part of the journey. Sorry, man. Things have to be guarded.
You know them ones where man, people have to be places, people.
Yes, man. We live.
We learn.
We learn.
We're live.